You're listening to The Dollop. This is an American history podcast where each week I, Dave Anthony, read a story from American history to a teat.
Gareth Reynolds, who has no idea what the topic is going to be.
No, you don't.
About. I do know one thing.
What's that?
It's a three-parter.
It is a three-parter. I'll tell you what happened.
Which has intrigued me.
Has it intrigued you?
Yeah, I bought some champagne.
I'll tell you what happened. I didn't put it in here.
What?
So
peel back the curtain, babe.
Well, this was going to be a Texas show because we're having a live tour coming up.
Podcast.com, Squarespace.
And so we're going to Texas, and I had always wanted to do this subject, and so I sent it off to one of our lovely researchers who was like...
Who?
Brittany Cohen Brown.
Okay.
And she... Let me see if I can find this.
And we're in the new studio.
She sent back...
Celebrate!
Are we really doing champagne?
Yeah.
All right.
You want any?
Sure, I'll take a swig.
Here you go. You're clean, right?
I just got the what do you call them? The sores?
Yeah. Mouth sores? Open sores. Yeah, you like that?
Oh, that was a little bubbly.
Yeah.
So Brittany Cohen Brown, I send it off to her, and she sends back. I was like, it doesn't have to be that long, and then she says back, enough content for 3 episodes, and I don't want to cut. I read the whole thing, and I'm like, I literally don't want to cut a word. So I was like, we'll just do this in studio, and I'll come up with another episode for Texas.
Wow. That's good research for you too, because you've had some situations where you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, no, I've had some sent to me, and I'm just like, well, that's not helpful.
Yeah.
So Brittany did an amazing job. So I'm just, reading this straight.
Okay.
February 17th, 1889, year of our Lord, J-Town.
Wrong.
Who people don't know. The kids love him. He is rad, and a lot of people need to listen to the rad words of J-Town. There's a lot of stuff in the Bible about longboarding and surfing and just doing all the rad, excellent shit.
Give me what verse?
It's an excellent 24:32. Harold Lafayette Hunt Jr. was born in Carson Township, Illinois, to Harold's son, Lafayette Hunt Sr., who was known as Hash.
The dad's known as Hash?
Hash.
Okay. Hash Hunt.
Hash.
I've done that at the Waffle House.
And also Ella Rose. So she was known by the nickname June.
Okay.
Sorry, he was known by the nickname June.
Wait, who?
Hunt.
Hunt, the kid?
So, for Junior, so they called him June.
So we've got Hash Hunt, and then we've got Harold Hunt.
His son,
and he's June.
Yeah. He's the youngest of 8 kids.
Okay.
Hash is a former Confederate soldier.
And for those new listeners, Dave and I have always been on the side of the South when it comes to that
Big
war.
fans.
So...
and so moved north during the Civil War to escape the ravages that the war had on his farm.
Okay.
He was eventually accepted by his northern neighbors, who even elected him sheriff.
Oh, wow.
This position often kept Hash away from home during the week.
Okay.
So I don't really understand, but
sure.
Yeah. So maybe in town, and then he lived further away from town.
Seems strange.
Yep.
Was he a sheriff of their town that they lived in?
Or maybe the county?
Interesting.
When he was home, Hash wandered around drunk, cursing at his wife and kids, especially June, who he seemed to resent more than anyone.
Well, when you have 8, you have to pick one to kind of pin it on.
Be the smallest.
Yeah, pick. Oh, and he was the youngest.
He's the youngest, so he's going to be the worst.
Yeah, it's Brunt.
So this was partially due to the intense closeness June shared with his mother, Ella Rose.
It's healthy for a father to have jealousy about the relationship between a wife and child.
Yeah, you're
supposed to be loved by both, and they're supposed to kind of keep those feelings separate.
Yeah, it's best if the mom and son don't get along and dad gets along with both.
Well, I'm a little more progressive. They can get along, but not better than me, and I got to be the most liked. And I'm noticing if there's like conversations going on, cut it out.
Yeah.
I'm the best.
Yep.
Respect the best.
Yep.
Stop.
I have no arguments.
Yeah. I mean, it's just this way I want it. I'm the man.
Yeah. All right, take it easy. Just calm down. The point was made. Now it's getting weird.
I'm the man in charge. I'm a man.
Okay.
I am the man.
No, I got it.
You like that roof?
No one likes the roof.
Well, it's mine.
Okay.
Fucking negative asshole.
Look.
No, I'm just saying.
We're not doing this.
I'm not. I'm just. I am just being demonstrative.
Bad dad.
Stop talking to the kids so much, lady.
Okay. I didn't know I was a lady, but
well, no. I mean,
I thought I was a kid.
No, you're my bro. No, you're my bro. I'm just kind of commiserating with you about what's.
I need to know who I am before.
You're Dave. I mean, we're just talking. I'm just telling you. In my house,
I thought.
In my house, I guess a lot of people don't know. I have 10 kids, and if I come home, and the wife is talking to the youngest.
What's her name?
The wife's name?
Yeah.
Gal.
Uh-huh.
And if I come home and Gal is
Godot?
I'm not gonna don't dox her.
That's fair.
But she's a wonder. And if she is talking to any of the kids, that's just I demand respect.
Mm-hmm.
2 things I want when I come home: respect and portions of food.
Can I move on? Because I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, we're real early. You should probably get into it. People probably turned it off.
One episode that made his father's irritation boil over was when Hash came home unannounced and saw his wife nursing 7-year-old June.
Oh, man. Now I really do have a line. That is not.
I have a friend who
oh boy
was nursing, because it's called leche something, but it's like a thing where people like
go long.
Yeah, you go long, like to keep the connection or whatever. And so
is it connection? I thought the physiological argument would be more like the bones are so dense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of reasons for it.
Yeah, it's like calcium based. Whatever it is, it's like if it's talking, no more sucking.
So she kept him going till like 6.
Oosh,
and then recently, like I don't know, a couple years ago, kids are now, late teenagers, and she was like, "Yes, that was weird, right?" I was like, "Yeah, that was."
She the one who was doing it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like, "Yeah, that's really uncomfortable for everybody." Yeah.
Dude, I mean, you hide that. That's heroin. That's tit heroin. You don't like show people that. You like do that privately in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I when I was a kid, I used to call boobs pillows. Go ahead.
I still do. So he comes in, sees 7-year-old June getting a little bit of TT milk, and he explodes at them, demanding that's absolutely never going to happen again. And it doesn't. But June now is scared of his father, and he hates him, basically.
Strange.
So while June has a close relationship with most of his siblings, especially his favorite brother, Leonard, June's oldest brother, James, is his dad's enforcer, and he's always degrading and bullying June. So
again, this is what you want, the hierarchy.
Yeah, you do.
I like that his hierarchy is age-based fully.
Yeah.
Oldest best, youngest worst.
Right.
Yep.
James was especially angry once June became known in the area as a sort of boy genius, even though he didn't go to school.
Well, by the way, that's an argument for nursing past.
Thank you.
3, 2.
That's why you let him suck it.
Yeah.
I think that's the term. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
June learned to read at a very young age. He was tutored by his mother, and as soon as his sisters would come home from school, he'd take their primers, I guess their books, textbooks, whatever this Australian nonsense is, primers.
Uh-huh.
And
Australian? What do you mean?
This is
we're starting in Australia.
I think she's Australian. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. No. The person who wrote it.
Okay. She wrote primary. I thought this was a term of the time.
No, I think it could be a term of the time.
Probably primary school books.
I'm pretty sure she's Australian.
But primary school would be what they would say there for sure.
And so
like, the primaries, the primers, they did the primers.
He would take the books and just read them on his own, right? Like a fucking weirdo.
My opposite.
He is a math whiz, and he became known for his incredible memory. So like you.
It's tit-based. I do have a good memory. Ask me what year this story takes place.
What year does the story take place?
1887. gutting.
He beat his older siblings in card games very easily. He was able to recall the cards that had been played and what cards would most likely come up on each turn. So he's got almost a photographic memory.
Sure.
He's like
it's an argument for breast milk.
Yeah. A few years later, 12-year-old June began running away from home for a few nights at a time, as we all do.
Yep.
Every night he spent away from home was terrifying for Ella Rose, who pleaded with Hash to do something about these little trips, but Hash refused to do anything. He doesn't fucking care about
Yeah, he
this.
wants him gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. They cheated.
Little smarty pants tit sucker.
Yeah.
You get it. Hash was busy with the new bank he had opened up, especially since one of his sons had opened up another bank in town to compete with him.
This is the banking era of this time is so nuts. It's like it's adorable.
It is adorable.
It's like when you hear like the first like record where you're like, oh wow, that's crazy where we got to, but they're like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like the first banks were just like a guy who's like, what are
you open a bank? I'm going to open a bank.
You swear to God that this is real?
All you got to do is go, hey, we're open. I'll take your money. How fucking hard is that?
Well, it's basically now.
So
there was someone who commented on something of I don't even remember what we were talking about, but they were like, wait, why is Chase Bank bad? I was like, I don't even remember what. I think we were. Oh, it was the episode with Francesca. And I think I was saying how frustrating my credit union is, and it is like, because I wanted to leave Chase Bank. If you don't know that Chase Bank is horrible.
You know what they did to me? So my bank got bought by Chase, and then so I closed my Chase accounts. But there's a vendor that keeps sending money, even though I've told a million times to not send money
to your Chase account,
and they just keep sending there. So Chase just keeps opening the account again.
Closing a Chase account is like shutting your Facebook down. You're like, what? It's like, just go to the office and plead. You're like, what?
The worst. Okay, so anyway, son, if your son opens a bank to compete with you in town, you have bad relationships with your children.
Sure.
June loved life on the road, and he liked sleeping rough. And once he turned 16, he decided to start living the life of a hobo.
Hobo by choice.
Yeah.
Now, hobo, of the time, the term hobo we're fine using hobo.
Yeah, back then it was, it was a lifestyle.
Like
it was a nomadic lifestyle type guy,
Yeah. I guess there weren't boxcars. Were there boxcars?
Yeah, sure.
Of course.
You don't know
history
what you're talking about.
History is a magical ride.
He packed up a few belongings and took to the road in the spring of 1905, hopping on a westward bound train.
A boxcar.
June had grown into a tall and muscular boy who excelled in manual labor.
Nice. The American dream.
He worked for railroads. He was repairing tracks. He herded sheep. He harvested olives, and he cut down giant trees in logging camps.
Everything in there was like, you snuck in the olive part. It's a strange one.
Yeah, olive, that was a big thing. Head to America and pick olives.
Strange.
Yeah. Eventually, he ends up in San Francisco, and he checks into a cheap hotel and went out to find some fun. As you do in San Francisco.
Absolutely.
He ends up spending the night with a sex worker who took a liking to him and warned him that the hotel he was staying in was known for Shanghaiing guests.
Oh, Shanghai. Now, why don't you re-explain?
No, why don't you?
Was that not where they would just take you?
And make you work on a ship.
And throw you on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Often they get you drunk, but sometimes they just come and beat you up and take you. Yeah.
Right, yeah, right. I guess... From the hotel is a wild one.
Well, they get girls to drug their drinks, and then they take them. So, they're in the hotel, but they're also,
There had to be some people, like I was saying this to someone yesterday, like when you, like back in the day when you used to black out, like the way you'd try to like play it off the next day, like you'd be like, I remember that.
Yeah.
Like you'd be like, there had to be some people who woke up on a ship and were trying to just be like, yeah. Like the way they were piecing it together were just.
This is where I wanted to be.
Yeah. Like they were just like, hey, cool. Hey, how did, I'm glad I'm here. What were the, when did I sort of start doing this again?
You around after you had like your 8th shot, you were like, I want to be a whaler.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I want to kill a whale. You just kept yelling it.
Yeah. That's definitely something that was on my, oh man, my list. I really, where are we going?
We are going to Argentina.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
so this is like I thought it was maybe a day thing.
No, it's like a year.
This is a year on the boat.
That's right, Argentina.
Oh boy! I guess that one. Who was the guy who I talked to when we said we were doing this again? Because I'm just sort of like I actually had a life. I was
when
kind
you
of
signed up.
Yeah, yeah.
You talked to the whaling company
at the bar?
CEO. He was there. Yeah, you kept saying,
man, I don't think I knew it was a year.
Yeah,
a year. Maybe I did. Yeah. All right, that's dope. Fucking hey, man, that's crazy. So we're getting whales.
Yep.
Okay. Oh shit! I was supposed to have coffee with a friend today.
Well, you know what'll wake you up is I need you to go clean the buckets of shit and pee. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, shit. How far? Oh, shit, dude. That is. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Shit, a fucking year.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, shit, dude. That's crazy. I had a hotel room.
Well, now you don't. I mean, you got a room, sort of. You'll be sleeping on the deck a lot. You'll be sleeping on the deck. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. You got an area. You got a plank, I guess you call it, that you lay down on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fucking, that's cool.
Yeah. All right. Good talk.
Yeah. Oh.
So this sex worker warns him. He gets out. He runs to the hotel and he gets his stuff and he checks into a different hotel. And that night, later that night or the next day or whatever, the sex worker told him that at 6 a.m. that morning, like 2 hours after he left the hotel, they all got rounded up and put on a ship for Alaska.
Fuck.
So he works on farms on the outskirts of the city for a few months until a friend convinces him to go to Nevada and try out for a semi-pro baseball team.
I don't think I have a great grasp of history. Well, this era is full of things where I'm like, well, there's a lot going on. Like, he's moving quick.
Yeah, he's moving quick.
Okay, so now he's going to play baseball, maybe.
He had never played baseball, but he's going to...
Sure.
Well, he's big.
It'd be great to Shanghai people into baseball. Wait, what? You're a Yankee.
So he goes to the tryouts and he doesn't do well because he's never played baseball.
That matters, I guess.
He's still glad he went, though. You know, the experience and all. On April 18th, 1906, while June was away from San Francisco at the tryouts, the city had the massive San Francisco earthquake. So he's away. And the hotel he's living in just completely collapsed. And so now he's had 2 close misses, right?
Mm-hmm, the Shanghai, the fire, or the earthquake.
And he decides California's not the place for him.
He's kind of where I'm at.
And he heads east. He begins working in a logging camp in Arizona. It's filled with mostly white workers, but is close to a logging camp that employs Mexicans.
Okay.
And after work was done, he and his friends liked to visit the Mexican camp and watch them play a card game that June had never seen before.
Huh.
And one evening he asked if he could join in. And they're like, yeah, jump on in. So he starts to play. And remember, he has like the photographic memory.
Right. Oh, he's a card counter.
So he won hand after hand. And the pile on the money, the pile of table.
We call this game Uno.
The pile of money on the table is just getting bigger and bigger, you know, the one that he's won. And everyone starts to get upset.
Sure, that happens.
And his friends are like, maybe we should leave. Like, maybe we should get out of here. But he refuses to go until he has made $4,000, which is $100,000.
Holy shit.
In today's money.
Jesus Christ.
And then when he backs away from the table, no one's happy.
Right.
And he just casually leaves the camp and then just breaks into a run.
Okay.
And whistle out and then and you go Speedy Gonzalez.
Right.
He's afraid.
Racist.
Yeah, I'm very, yep.
Racist.
He's afraid they're going to murder him, right?
Yeah.
So
he's racist. Everyone, I'm going to do that a lot more, by the way.
So then he starts walking back to his own camp, and then he's like, wait, they could also kill me because I have $4,000.
$4,000, yeah.
So he just sleeps in the woods. And then he skips out the next day.
I don't hate the decision.
I don't either. I would absolutely sleep in the woods.
Yeah. I'd put the money in my butt, and I would be like, be careful.
So he just bails the next morning. He jumps on a train, and he heads to North Dakota, where he gets a job harvesting wheat.
It's this when the 1906 job economy is thrashing the current one.
I mean, yeah, it's weird. You can just go anywhere and get a job.
Anywhere you go, cool. I'll do that.
It was there that another man suggested that he go to college with all the money that he has instead of spending his life on the road.
He's just meeting people who are seeding his life for him.
Yeah.
You should go to college. Okay.
So he does. He enrolls in Valparaiso.
Val Kilmer University.
Valparaiso. I think it's Valparaiso.
Val
College in Indiana, which is known as the poor man's Harvard.
Sure.
So he's 17. He starts studying there, taking classes like Latin, zoology, and rhetoric, which is a good class.
I'm taking zoology and rhetoric.
He's a great student. He's able to put away even more cash by playing his classmates in poker.
Okay.
But then he starts to miss his family. He hasn't seen them in years.
Okay.
So a year after he starts, he leaves school and goes back home. And Ella Rose is obviously thrilled. It's her baby boy.
She probably takes that titty out.
And they start
Jump
sucking.
back on it, boy.
Yeah, get on it. He's happy to see his favorite brother, Leonard, is also there. But he had an attack of tuberculosis, so that's why he came home. Leonard.
Oh, Leonard did. Okay.
Yeah. Hash and June mainly stay out of each other's way at this point. They're kind of living together, but they're not.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not great.
Right.
The brothers,
you wouldn't get it.
It's like us.
It's like you and your dad.
He's dead.
I know, but when he on his
You
last
do know
day,
he's dead.
I do know he's dead. Yeah.
How?
Well, you told me when I texted you the day I said I'm really sorry. You said why?
Why did you do it?
I didn't do anything.
That's what I texted
You think because I had breakfast with your dad that day and it was a wet breakfast that I did something?
There's a lot of stuff adding up.
This idea, this is crazy. I'm not even going to get into this.
Yeah.
Because it just feeds these online conspiracies.
Hey, you're a father killer.
I loved your dad more than you, and I spent a great day with him on his last day. He wore his weird little cult outfit. And
What was his cult outfit?
well, that group he was in.
Native Sons of the Golden West?
Yeah, he wore...
So the brother...
I mean, he does a full-blown alcoholic, and he's just like, this is a good group.
It was because it was a drinking group.
Ah, fuck.
I mean, they raised money for charity, but most of the time they just spent it drinking on Thursdays.
Everybody. They probably were shanghaied into the charity.
So the brothers help out on the farm and in Hash's bank through the winter. So they're splitting time. And then they set off on the road again together in the spring of 1907.
Who does?
Him and Leonard.
Oh, okay.
So
Leonard beat TB.
BTB?
Beat TB.
Yeah, he's back. So June and Leonard, they're going around the country. They're following the harvests for work, but then he still has it, so he has to go back home again. Like it flares up, I think.
Bro, imagine like kicking it with someone for a while. I was like, I got soft TB, like coughing in a boxcar. Imagine you and me next. Imagine if one of us got TB, that would be the last time the other one would see them.
Yeah, absolutely. So they part ways. And June gets a telegram at the Canadian logging camp that he's working in. And it's like, come home. Leonard's dead.
Oh, shit.
So he didn't make it. So he hustles back to try to make it for the funeral. And he plans to get back out on the road. After the funeral, Hash starts to complain of horrible stomach pains when he's there. And he starts losing weight. Hash is a big guy. Starts losing weight, and he can't really run his farm and the bank the way he used to. So June ends up being forced to stick around and help.
Okay.
And then a year after Leonard's funeral, Hash dies of cancer.
Okay.
And he leaves June an inheritance of $5,000 cash, which is about $166,000. So he's got some money now.
Yeah.
Worth it. Worth it.
Well, I mean, your dad left you a bag of
left
quarters.
He left me. His girlfriend was like, "Do you want his bike?"
What kind of bike?
It was
Schwinn?
like a shitty 10-speed.
Schwinn.
It wasn't a Schwinn.
It's a Schwinn.
It might have been a Schwinn, actually.
See?
I said no because I have a better bike, and I don't know if there's whiskey in it. He also left us
Bag of quarters.
silver. Yeah, a bag of quarters.
Yeah.
It turned out to be worth $35, but he thought it was worth
Well, yeah, but in today's money,
thousands.
that's $38.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, today's money is $30.
His father and brother dead. The business is now parceled off to his other brothers and sisters. There's not much keeping him there.
Okay.
So he decides to get back out on the road, but not as a hobo this time. He's going to unhobo.
He really didn't. Hobo sounds like a vagabond or
Yeah, it is. I
yeah.
mean, it's like you're out there living on the.
Yeah, it's just like a gig. It's the gig economy.
Yeah, you're a iterate worker, right? So you're just moving around. Working.
Yeah, right.
But now he's going to dehobo.
Sure.
As a kid, he'd heard his dad.
Nobo.
No, he's going to nobo it.
Yeah.
As a kid, he heard his dad would rant about how he should never have left the South.
It's a thing that a lot of them say.
And there's a lot of fertile cotton in Arkansas. You could get rich as a farmer. So June decides to go and find out if that's true.
Okay.
Now, he sheds his nickname for another one and starts now going by HL.
Okay.
Because that's his name, right? He's Harold Lewisius or whatever it is.
Sure.
I'm going to look at.
No, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't care.
Haroldson Lafayette Hunt.
Yeah, I don't care.
So he's now.
I'd rather not know and you be on the place where you wanted to be.
So he's now HL. Do you want to know what that stands for?
If you go back again, I will beat your
I'll
ass.
look it up. It's Haroldson Lafayette
Yeah, I remember.
Jr. Yeah, I was just making sure.
I heard you.
So he's going by HL instead of June.
Are you?
The June was for Junior.
I'm gonna
Haroldson
be-
Lafayette Hunt Jr.
I'm genuinely mad.
So he goes to Lake Village, Arkansas, and the locals not really a big fan of a northerner coming to settle on
But he's not
the
a
land.
northerner.
Yeah, but he is a northerner. His dad was a southerner, but he's a northerner.
Okay.
And they don't want, these carpetbagging northern bastards who defeated them to come down and take the land.
I tell you, when I moved to Idaho for that 1 year, I put the American flag outside of my place that I was renting.
Yeah, I would too.
Because I was like, come on now.
So if you moved to the South, you'd do what?
I wouldn't do that. I feel like an American flag is okay. You know what I do? I do the American flag with like the 12 stars. I'd be like, hey, I'm not all the way there. I just put a Kid Rock flag out. This truck I saw today, look, Trump and Vance, they're in office.
Yeah.
We can deflag the trucks.
Yeah, let it go.
We're good.
Yeah, you guys
You know
look
what I mean?
idiots.
Like, I would think that with a bumper sticker that stuck around for 4 years too long. The idea of driving a truck with 5 flags.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Like, what are you doing?
No, nobody. Who?
Like, we get it.
Who the fuck likes
Who
a president
has a
that
politician
much?
as their identity?
Any politician.
You know what I mean? It's like, imagine wearing the same hat and shirt for a band. You'd be like, bro, we get it.
Yes, but Triumph went away a long time ago.
Yeah, and then you're like, if you had a truck that was like Metallica and a flag that was like Metallica and another flag that was like Ride the Lightning, everyone who loved you would be like, dude,
Yeah,
get over it.
take it easy.
Chill.
It's a band. The Dollop is brought to you by Mint Mobile, which is mobile that tastes like mint. I'm pretty sure, Gareth.
Read the copy.
Read the copy. Look, I like keeping my money where I can see it. Unfortunately,
You're
traditional
like a restaurant where you put all your dollars on the wall.
Unfortunately, traditional big wireless carriers, they want to keep my money too, which is not great. So after years of basically overpaying for wireless, I finally was done with it. I couldn't take it anymore. Huge wireless bills, just the fees are insane. And then free perks that you end up paying more for. They're like, hey, do you want this to be this streaming service for free? And it ends up being more. So I switched to Mint Mobile. That's what I did. I'm a Mint Mobile guy. It's great. It's easy. It's way cheaper. It's like insanely cheaper.
Yeah.
that's how you know you're getting ripped off, is when the other companies are giving you equal value for hundreds of dollars more.
Yes.
So it's $15 a month when you sign up for the 3-month plan, $45 altogether. And then that's it. And it works great. The data works great. Driving around, phone sounds great. Texting, everything you want in a phone, it works.
Yes.
Which is how it should be.
Yes. Yes.
So look, what we're saying is say goodbye to your overpriced, wireless, insane, nightmare monthly bills.
If you're going to call the bill, use Mint Mobile. It's cheaper to say goodbye.
So all plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan. You just switch your phone number over, keep your phone number.
Same number.
All good. You ditch the crazy prices. You get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. So if you like your money, Mint Mobile is for you. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/dollop. That's mintmobile.com/dollop. Upfront payment of $45 plus 3-month 5 gigabyte plan required, equivalent of $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Then full price plans, options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Yeah.
Gareth, we are also brought to you by Squarespace.
Oh, our babes.
The Dollop
our babes.
Sponsored by, brought to you by, loved by Squarespace. We are big fans. We've been working with Squarespace for several decades. They are our favorite of all the web companies.
Your timelines.
They've been babysitting my child since he was.
We love Squarespace. We've been working with Squarespace for a while for good reason, because they make your life really easy.
They do.
If you want to have a website, if you want to have a business, this is the place to go. We recommend it because we use it.
We were one time we tried another company and we didn't like it.
Yep.
It was supposed to be as good, wasn't.
Yeah.
Sucked.
Yeah.
So we're back to Squarespace. We got all of our web pages with Squarespace.
Yep.
Every single one. All 7 or 9?
32 web pages associated with the show. It's very confusing.
So look, you can have custom merch. You can easily sell merch. You can create a passive income stream, engages with your audience, scales to your brand. You can design your products and production and inventory and shipping, all handled for you. You save time, you save money.
Yeah.
It's very easy.
Yeah.
You can have an asset library. You can upload and organize and access all your content just from one place. And then they have a new asset library, and you can manage all your files from one central hub and use them across the Squarespace platform.
And if you want to see what it looks like, go to dolloppodcast.com and check out our tour schedule.
And right Gareth, video collection is also a big thing. I know Gareth's doing that. He has a lot of feet content.
Foot stuff, yeah.
Foot stuff that he's doing.
Yep.
You can host video content. You can organize your video library and showcase your content on beautiful video pages, and then sell access to your videos with member areas, which you have foot of the month, I think. Is that one of the things?
Foot of the month, toe time.
Toe time.
Heel it or keel it.
You still doing Tickles Hour?
Tickles Hour, Soul Expansion.
Get in the mud. He's got there's a lot of video foot stuff going on.
Yep. Piggies and me.
Piggies and me. Piggies and meat.
Piggies and meat.
The whole piggies.
I eat ham with my feet.
Yep. So it's good. Head over to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/dollop to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Yeah. So they're still bitter about the Civil War. It's 40 years ago, the Civil War, but they still want to punish Northerners.
That's shocking that they didn't get over that.
They're still not.
What?
But now they're winning. They got the chance to get even with HL.
Okay.
He's 22, and he sees his 40-acre farm for sale, and he asks people in town for information on the land.
Oh, that land there's real fertile. You're going to want to buy that land.
You want to get that and just start planting.
There's not salt water underneath that topsoil there, HL. I'd buy that as fast as you can. Grab it up, or someone else is going to, probably a local who knows what they're doing.
Okay.
So get over there as fast as you can.
Well, it's close to a levee. And so HL is like, well, is it prone to flooding?
No, that levee's there because that levee's one of the best levees we've ever had in town, HL.
No, they said
hey, top dollar.
It's a great place for growing cotton, perfect conditions. Hasn't flooded in 35 years.
Believe us, it's as secure as it can be. We call that land Q-tip. You're going to get so much cotton out of it.
So he buys it.
You fucking moron.
And he sets about restoring the farmhouse and planted his first crop, cotton. 2 weeks later, the rains came and water overspills the levee, and his farm is totally flooded. He lost everything that he put into that year's cotton crop.
You'd think the cotton would just absorb that.
Right? And then all the locals laughed at him when he went to town.
Which really is like so shitty because it's obviously not a failure of his ability. It's a failure of him being able to like...
Yeah, they're assholes.
Yeah.
And they're acting like they can't believe that it's bad luck that the first flood in 35 years happened.
HL, we're all absolutely
I just
floored.
could not believe
That's crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
We all went, wow.
And the part of the thing is we was just telling you that this was good land. Yeah. And then now you go there and that happens to you.
Yeah, we just...
Wow. But we were saying if it keeps on raining, the levee's going to break.
So his land's underwater for 3 months. And while it's underwater, he notices that the adjoining farm is dry. So he decides to put all of his savings and he borrows some money from the bank into buying that land.
Okay.
He adds
levee proof.
He adds 960 acres to the 40 he already owns.
Oh, shit.
So he went big.
Wow. He's all in.
Now he's one of the biggest landowners in the area. You want to fuck with me?
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Right.
So he plants a huge corn crop on his new land.
Okay.
Very optimistic. The weather has turned drier and conditions are perfect for growing.
Okay.
So all looks good.
Okay.
But before it's time to harvest, the cutworms come and
what?
Cutworms.
What are they?
I don't know, but they eat all the corn. It sounds like they cut.
It
sounds like they cut the
shit.
Like it's like a worm with a saw.
It's kind of like a caterpillar, really.
Is it?
Well, I don't know.
It might be a caterpillar. It sounds caterpillar-y.
Yeah, it's like they're cutters. Like if you see a worm on something, you're like, that's good news.
Well, it depends what kind of worm. I think there's bad worms.
No, there's not a bad worm.
You don't think it's a bad worm?
Nah, you ain't got a bad worm.
What about the ones that are in the pinworm, the one that's in your butt?
You want those. That means you can plant. That's how you know your soil's good. You want those.
I don't think you want those at all.
I actually had pinworms and I threw them in my garden.
Okay.
And then they were in the soil.
You were right. A cutworm is a caterpillar stage of various brown or tan moths.
There we go.
You know, because you're the David Attenborough of the podcast.
They call it the cutterworm, but what it really is a caterpillar. Please, God, stop destroying everything.
And then they cut to him. They're going,
yeah. And these little guys got quite an appetite. He's as full as he can be, but he could stuff a little bit more inside of himself. Next to him are some soil pinworms I've thrown in.
Hello, I'm in a butt.
Pinworms have come from me, but they're great for nurturing soils.
So they eat all the corn. He's upset, obviously.
Yeah.
Now he's lost his money. He owes the bank money.
Fuck.
He could only think of there's only one way.
Can we just be happy for the cutworms for a minute?
Right?
They were like, this has been
They
awesome.
had the best fucking time.
Thank you.
So there's only one way to get money back.
Cards.
Yep. He heads to the Planters Club where he can find the best poker players in the area.
Okay. He should find the place with the worst ones.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Because pretty quickly he finds out that he's not going to make a killing off these expert veteran players as he had to, like the guys at the logging camp, right?
Yep.
Just totally different animal.
Yep.
But he still does well.
Okay.
And he gambled until I imagine a lot of those guys had the same like card counting skills, right?
Probably, yeah.
Think, yeah. So he gambled until he'd made enough money to pay back the bank and a little bit more.
Okay. Still good.
And from then on, every Saturday, he was at the main poker table at the Planters Club. And during the week, he stayed in Lake Village, making money by beating locals at cards and checkers.
Right, checkers, great.
Checkers is if you have a photographic memory.
Yeah, checkers. Counting. Yeah,
checker counting makes so much
very
money.
handy.
Yeah. Around this time, HL meets a very pretty girl in town named Mattie Bunker.
Okay,
he's gonna bunker. You know what I mean?
Don't understand.
He pursued her for months, but while she was attracted to him, she continued to play hard to get on the advice of her father, who wasn't sure he trusted the Yankee gambler. He's right.
That's good advice.
It is good advice.
That is good advice.
Eventually, HL gets tired of waiting for Mattie, and he decides to marry her sister, a school teacher named Linda.
It's called the Stop Making Me Wait.
Which one is not as pretty?
Bang! I honestly, that is quite a power move. Boy, you're really playing hard to get. Is it working? I married your sister yesterday. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not as pretty or as young as Mattie.
Who's saying that?
Well, I don't know.
The guy, whoever wrote this down, was like, "She's a 6.
She ain't no Mattie.
Mattie was hot. Her sister was a 5, but she'd give it up.
I'm going for your ugly sister.
Boom.
So she's not as young, but she's also getting too old to play hard to get. You know, she's getting close to that
played
old
hard
maid.
to get last year, but it hurt my hip.
She's in the fuck it stage of courtship.
That's where you want to get them.
Yep.
Quitters.
I'm looking for a woman with low standards.
I'm looking for a quitter.
You ready to give up yet, ugly one? In 1914,
it's like the limping gazelle. That'll be an easy one.
In 1914, two wonderful things happened in HL's life. He marries Lyda, L-Y-D-A, Lyda,
L-Y-D-A,
right? L-Y-D-A, Lyda.
I would say Lyda.
Is that a name, Lyda?
This is a long time ago.
So he marries Lyda. The levee does not overflow, and he makes a profit from his cotton crop.
Okay.
Big year.
Okay.
There was some more
What about
good luck.
the corn part?
Well, I don't
Still
know.
cutworms?
I think he just planted cotton this time.
Oh, okay.
And then World War.
Oh, yeah, that's probably how he got over the cutworms, because the cutworms were probably like, cotton. The cutworms despise cotton, which is why they won't eat that. HL's made another wise decision.
And
his sister put out quite quickly. She's one of the quickest to put out on planet Earth.
Fuck me, HL. Fuck me.
I don't think I should be watching this anymore.
Why is that old man standing behind you?
I was watching the
corner.
cutworms.
Oh, it's good, but
oh gosh,
there's an old English guy.
Oh Jesus
In
Christ!
the corner.
I'd rather not see
Oh
this.
my God.
Oh gosh,
He's locking eyes with me.
I'm watching the insertion.
Oh
Someone move me. Please have me moved.
Oh, it's hot.
Oh gosh.
Oh God, it's hot.
I don't want to watch him do this. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Why am I facing from back?
The old man is winking.
I don't want to watch his balls
The old
slap
man
into her
is
anymore.
winking.
Please.
Oh.
Someone, no. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh gosh. Oh, it was like watching a cutworm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a classic bit or people turn it off.
Yeah, those. We'll find out. David Attenborough watching like porn is a great one.
Yeah.
And it seems like this school teacher's a bit too old for him. But this stepmother had another idea for the boy. That could be a great David Attenborough watching porn.
Yeah.
And she's decided to go reverse cowgirl. That's something that he's just not going to be able to manage.
What do you think that 15 minutes into your act, when are you going to do that?
By the way, that is so hacky that it would murder.
Oh, it would kill.
You guys ever wonder what David Attenborough watching porn is like? Oh, gosh, this realtor doesn't seem to understand that she doesn't have to do that to close the offer.
Okay, so World War II breaks out. The price of cotton shoots up.
World War II?
World War One. Sorry.
Okay.
The price of cotton shoots up to make uniforms and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And HL has been selling it at $30 a bale, but now it's $600 a bale.
So he's enjoying capitalism.
War profiteering.
Yeah, right.
Farmland where one could grow cotton also spikes in price, and HL begins gambling in land speculation. So he's buying up land with cash.
Here we go. It's been dicey, but now I think I know which way we're going.
He's turning it around. He's selling at a higher price. So he's making money.
Yeah.
In addition to land speculation, he gets involved in buying future contracts for cotton. His profits climb as the price of cotton. So he's just fucking rolling. And
yeah. So he's
the
a piece
profits
of shit.
of war. Yeah.
Right.
He's a piece of shit. So he's doing well. And not only is he raking in money, but Lida, what were you calling? Lida gave birth to a healthy daughter, Margaret.
I don't want to see this.
In 1915.
Okay.
And a son, Haroldson Lafayette Hunt.
Okay.
What's the third one? The third. It's just the third. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yep.
His nickname was Hassie.
Okay.
2 years later, 1915 girl, 1917 boy.
Okay.
So they're happy little family.
Sure.
Although Lida doesn't like that HL keeps gambling at the Planters Club. When he said he'd stop gambling when they got married, but he keeps gambling.
To stop? I mean, he's got shitloads of money.
It's immoral.
Oh, that's what it is.
So when the U.S. joined World War I, HL was saved from the draft because he's a farmer.
And rich as shit.
He's 28 at that point. So he stays home and keeps profiting from the war, as the price of cotton and land go up. He teams up with other men to buy huge tracts of land in the Louisiana Delta. And this business brings him to New Orleans a lot.
Okay. Uh-oh.
And so he's speculating by day and playing with the nation's best poker players at night in different clubs and brothels. He once wins $10,000 in a single evening.
So like $200,000.
And he begins to leave Lydia, Margaret, and Hassie alone for longer and longer stretches.
Lida, yeah.
Lida. HL's luck starts to run out in 1920. The price of land takes a pretty quick downward turn.
Okay.
At first, he keeps buying up as much land as he can, convincing it's just a dip in the market.
Mm-hmm. But
it's not. And soon he's stuck with 15,000 acres of useless land that he cannot sell.
Crypto. Okay.
and he owes the banks a lot of money.
Okay.
So he's frantic. And he sells an entire stock of cotton, convinced that the price of cotton would also fall with the land.
It blows up.
And he also tries to take advantage of this by taking a short position on cotton futures.
Mm-hmm.
But those are terrible moves because the price of cotton just keeps going up.
Ugh.
So he loses everything.
Right.
His cash is gone.
Wow.
The banks repossess the land he was trying to sell.
Wow.
Lida is furious with him. She was just like, why can't you just be happy with what we have? Why do you keep gambling and speculating?
Imagine. Did you hear that Rogan argument about Musk?
Oh my God.
Where he was like, dude, he has $400 billion. Like, he doesn't need any more money.
Yeah, so he doesn't need
Wouldn't that make sense at 100 million? Or 100 billion?
But
or 200 billion?
How do you not just go, okay, Joe, so he should have been done at 10, right?
Yeah, 10 billion. Then that's what.
Where's your argument?
Yes. What is the line for this? Dude, trust me, he doesn't need any more money.
Yeah, he's the smartest guy ever. He's just jealous.
Yeah.
All right, blow.
By the way, I'm available to do the podcast.
Yeah, we can be on.
We would love to.
That's one of the greatest things ever is that he used to follow me.
He stopped.
Well, I told the mayor. I tweeted out the Marin story.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. If you haven't said this, I probably have, but when I was writing on Marin, we were going to have Rogan on, and the guys writing the script went through his old like interviews and stuff to take out things he said. So it would be like his opinions in the script, and literally taking actual things he said and put them in the script so that he'd like it. And then he got the script and he was like, why are you making me look like a fucking idiot? And he got all mad.
Which is incriminating. However, I will say There are things I've said on this show that people will be like, and I'm like, what? I'm like, no, I didn't. Like, oh yeah, you were like, you said so. I was like, yeah, that's tough.
Benjamin Harrison.
Benjamin Harrison?
Benjamin
Franklin? Yeah. Well, that
Benjamin
one is
Harrison.
like that one. I know I said. I'll never forget saying that one, and someone every 2 days reminds me I said that one.
Yeah. Okay, so so to get out of this financial hole they're in, HL says he wants to move to El Dorado, Arkansas, where he hears that there's an oil boom going on.
Okay.
And Lydia, oh, now I'm all Lyda resists. Her family, everyone she know, they're all in Lake Village. They're her sources for support.
Okay.
And, whatever, when he's gone, right? If she moves there, he goes away and then she's just alone.
Yep.
Also, HL doesn't know anything about oil. Like, he's just like, oil! Like, he has no fucking clue. So they come to an agreement that he would go to El Dorado, and if things look good, he would send for her and the kids.
Okay.
So he has to borrow. He has no money. He has to borrow $50 to go.
Wow.
And he arrives in El Dorado in March 1921, and the town is so full of men hoping to strike it rich that hotels make money by not only renting rooms, but renting out chairs and bits of floor in the lobby for people to sleep on.
Oh shit!
So you're not going to make any money. Like, if everyone's doing it, you're not going to make any money.
What's a chair cost for that?
$700
For a chair?
Yeah, it's fine. But that's like that's like a room, like you live there.
What's that area floor over there that's open? What is that going to be?
That is $800 because
the floor's more than the chair.
Yeah, because you get to lay down on that.
How much to sleep under the desk here? Or okay, what if I stood up in that corner there? What would that cost?
Oh, that's $300.
It's getting closer.
Can't look at anybody.
What if I would just sort of put my head on the curb where your property line starts outside a little bit?
That's $200.
That's pretty appealing.
There's ants.
Is there breakfast included?
No breakfast. And some they throw the chamber pots out on you.
Jesus Christ! Trying to think of what's worse.
Yeah.
Trying to think of a lower. How much to sleep in the outhouse or the toilet? The plumbing.
Yeah, you got to clean it, and then you can stay there for free, but you got to clean it.
I'll do the ants curb.
So to make some quick cash, AHL goes up to the owners of one of the hotels and he says, I'll set up a poker game and cut you in on the profits.
Mm-hmm.
So the owner agrees and he starts running a successful poker game. And then it gets so popular that he moves it out of the hotel and sets up his own game in a pool hall, keeping all the profit for himself.
Okay.
And he advertises his game as the most honest in El Dorado.
Sure.
So after 3 months, one of the men in his poker game is out of money and has to give HL the lease to an acre of land instead of cash.
There we get go.
Are going.
Oil.
HL's very excited that he finally has some land to drill on, but now he needs to raise $10,000 for the drilling equipment.
That should not be hard.
No. He decides to run back to Lake Village to convince the locals to foot the bill. So he's going to talk the locals into...
Okay. What is the pitch that we'll
strike it rich?
Okay.
Yeah. Light is thrilled to see him.
No, honey.
But disappointed when he just, as soon as he gets the money, he takes off.
Yeah. Oh, good. I thought something else was going to happen.
Everyone wants to be a part of the oil boom at this point.
Right.
Oil's like the thing.
Yep.
So
thank God.
HL goes back to El Dorado. He's got his drilling equipment. He starts to drill. And sure enough, after a few weeks, a huge geyser of oil spurts up.
Huge.
He is obviously thrilled.
Yes.
But then the gush slows down and sputters and stops.
Ow.
Because neighboring oil wells all around HL's are producing gallons upon gallons of oil, so there's oil there. He just wasn't invested in a powerful enough rig. He needs to be able to get the oil out faster so it doesn't stop up. So Back to the gambling dens. All summer he gambles, doesn't really visit his family until he has enough money for a better rig. And then he buys another acre of land. And this time, when he strikes oil, it keeps flowing.
Okay.
So when his investors heard about the well, they hand him more cash for a second well.
Okay.
And this one produces. And so now HL has 2 wells. They're bringing up 10,000 barrels of oil a day.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
Yeah. And now he wants a third.
Oh, fuck.
Easy to get investors, obviously, because he's hit 2. And pretty soon he has 3 oil wells gushing oil. It's time for him to send for his family, right? Because he said
if he hits it, yep.
So now Lyda Margaret and Hassie join him in El Dorado.
Okay.
He's now incredibly rich.
Sure.
This time with oil money. And it shows no sign of slowing down, but he's not happy to just enjoy the wealth with his family.
No.
So after Lyda gives birth to their 3rd kid, Caroline, HL starts going out on the road more to establish new oil wells around the area and even starting a casino.
Okay.
He'd walk around in a white suit with a cigar.
Which is the law.
Yeah.
If you're an oil man.
You got to wear a white suit.
You have to be KFC.
Yep. So he's got on a white suit and he's smoking a cigar. And he would give tips to less experienced gamblers. He also gets a reputation.
I love him giving. I mean, he's got a photographic memory.
What do you get?
Just remember every card you see. Remember every card.
He also gets a reputation for not only a great gambler and honest, but a man who has an eye for the ladies, other than the wife lady.
Sure.
So she's begging him to spend more time at home,
right?
And he's pulling away more,
right?
He's not in love with her anymore,
right?
He wants to have.
It's a good thing he had that 3rd kid,
but he wants her to have his children, as many kids as possible.
No, well, okay. I'll jump in. I think the ideal role is to have one for squirting the kids out and then one for, your pleasure.
Yeah. I mean, squirting it's not a great term.
Well, but I mean, we have to be clinical about this sort of stuff.
I don't think that's clinical. You know what I mean?
Here, let me do it for you like this. It's important to have one that will squirt out the babies and another who will do doggy.
Yeah, that's good.
See?
Yeah. Get one for the Hummer.
Get one for the Hummer and one for the summer. As I've always said.
So he wants to keep Lyda and keep cranking out babies with her, but that's all he wants from her, essentially, which is great.
Obviously disgraceful. And what is her awareness of this arrangement?
Interesting. Well, let me just say first that he thinks he has a genius gene, and the world has to have as many copies of him as possible. If you can imagine somebody in
having 13 kids because they just feel like there's a population issue in this country or the world.
So
the idea is that you really just have to put as many kids as you can out as possible. I work in memes.
So he gives Lyda the best of everything, and he gets her pregnant regularly, and he feels like that's his job. Like he's done his job with her. He doesn't need to do anything else. So what ends up happening is his kids really don't know him that much. Like he's never there.
Well, that's an issue.
And things get worse between Lyda and HL when their 4th child, who is also named Lyda, is born, but then dies a month later.
Okay.
From asphyxiation when one of her siblings played with the gas jets in their house.
The gas jets? What are gas jets?
Gas jets, it's gas, but.
Oh, so one of them just turned the gas on.
Yeah,
in the
turned
house,
the gas
and then it just
on.
fucking started gas. So one of them gassed her sister.
Yeah, you kill
through gas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I got to respond to the boy. So the kid dies, and now she's very upset, Lyda.
Sure.
he's not there. She's
Right.
got a dead child. She sinks into depression. He's getting sick of family life just in the little time he goes there.
Oh, that's amazing.
And he's always looking for the next big thing. So he decides he has to do something on his own again. And he's
really drilling on land and then drilling the wife. And he's just like, these are 2 angles.
So he builds a huge new house in a really nice area of town for Lyda and the kids. And then...
Isn't it beautiful, Lyda? It's got 7 rooms, 6 bathrooms, and I'll never be here.
And this is the porkin' room.
And this room you go to once every 9 months when I come to finish.
When I come to come. So he goes to Lyda and he tells her he wants to take her on a second honeymoon.
This is like some Army Hammer shit.
To New York City.
Okay.
And she's thrilled, obviously.
Yeah.
And he seems to want to spend time with her, right? So they drop the kids off with their family and they take the tram to New York City and he makes sure she has the best time. And they go to fancy restaurants and
I'm very worried about the end of this.
They see Broadway musicals. They like the Broadway musicals so much that he's like, I'm going to write some musicals.
This is classic.
She's so happy to be there. Her husband's back. And then they get back to El Dorado and HL goes to Lyda and says, look, I want to go away for a while. And I'm going to Florida. I don't know how long I'll be there. I'm going to check out, there's a real estate boom going on. She's pregnant because
Yeah, they saw Guys and Dolls.
She's shocked because they just did this.
She's like, we just had the best time. Well, we had the best time because I knew that I'd be leaving at the end. Don't you understand? Part of what made it delightful was that I was going to be done.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm going to Florida without you and the kids.
You stay here.
In
this huge house.
You stay pregnant.
Stay pregnant.
Here, away
Squirt
from
while
me.
I'm gone.
The best way you're pregnant is not near me.
Yeah, I'm allergic to you when you're in that phase.
He's pretty firm about this. He's like, I showed you a great time in New York. I got you a new beautiful house. That's all you could ever want. And he's like, I'll bring the family over if this is a good business thing that works out. And then a week later he leaves.
Okay.
That's just, that's how it's got to be. So there is a real estate boom in Florida. New cities like Fort Lauderdale and Miami and Orlando are popping up. There's a lot of pretty canals and beautiful suburbs.
Sure.
Land's being sold like crazy, often without people even seeing it. So he goes to Tampa and starts looking for land to buy. And at one real estate office, he sees this beautiful woman. And he introduces himself as Major Franklin Hunt.
What? Major?
He used the name Franklin when he was picking up women.
Why Major?
Which just sounds better.
You allowed to do that?
Yeah, why
Stolen
not?
valor?
Well, is it like Major or what?
I mean, I don't know.
Salvation Army?
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Major Gareth, how are you? Yeah, that's right.
So the woman's name is Frania Tai.
Okay.
Frania.
I don't know. How do you spell it?
Frania. Frania. And they start talking and she takes him to look at some property and then they start dating.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't reveal...
This isn't how real estate is supposed to work.
He doesn't reveal to Frania that he has the wife and kids.
Right. No, well, it would be a big turnoff.
Yeah, you don't want that. And he feels like he has it's a new lease on life down here. Like it's like starting over, right?
Well, he doesn't have a Florida wife.
Yeah.
So it's different.
And he starts making lucrative real estate deals.
It's hot.
She's giving him insider knowledge of the area.
Yeah, he's insider.
And they fall in love.
Great.
And he's incredibly happy. HL is happy.
Dave, it's a great story for him. It's just the other part. It's that nagging reality.
That's back there.
That's nagging.
Shortly after they start dating, he proposes. She accepts. She is so happy.
It's gotta be. Why do this to yourself? Like, there's emails I won't reply to, and I'm like, buddy, I am losing my shit. Imagine starting a second marriage.
They're married in November of 1925. They go on a 6-week honeymoon along the coast of Florida.
Lida's like,
how great is this?
It's great. Obviously,
It's great.
I'm so happy.
Are you
for him.
against love?
No, I'm not. But I do not believe in pollinating two flowers at the same time.
After the honeymoon, however, disaster strikes Florida. A huge hurricane tears through major cities, killing hundreds of people and making 50,000 homeless. There's yachts in the middle of downtown Miami.
Oh, beautiful.
Seeing the real estate market in shambles, HL heads back to El Dorado. And he tells Frania that he'll call for her when he's all set up.
See, this is what you got to do. Mm-hmm. You've got to leave. You got to just make sure they understand they're state-based.
That's right.
They can't be coming to your other state.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you can have a few.
Also, Lida's about to give birth.
Oh, yeah, got to get back for that.
And so yeah.
I came back for the squirting.
HL comes home to his family, but they're not that welcoming for some reason.
Well, Dave, you know how they are.
Yeah. Emotional.
They're very they're touchy. They're sensitive.
She's obviously incredibly pregnant. She's still upset that he just bailed after their second honeymoon.
Why?
His 10-year-old daughter, Margaret, resents him because he's absent all the time. 8-year-old Hassie, who looks exactly like him, basically a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
He's brilliant, Hassie, but a lot of people whisper there's something odd about him.
Okay.
And then 3-year-old Caroline, she's the only one. She's the only one who likes. She's happy to see him. So Lida has their 5th baby. Jesus. Nelson Bunker Hunt, called Bunker
after
Fort.
Okay.
I don't know what it's after.
Bunker.
So that's February 1926. A few weeks later, 37-year-old HL sets Frania up in a home 60 miles away in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Oh, shit.
Using the name Franklin Hunt.
Oh, my God.
Now, both families are settled, and he turns his attention back to business.
You really had you do have to have a fucked up mind.
Oh,
to
totally.
Pull this off.
Yeah. This is psychopath shit.
It's fucked up to be like, all right, they're settled. Now back to work. Hopefully they don't meet.
So now he forms the 2 oil companies, HL Hunt Incorporated and the Tenable Oil Company.
I like that he's got, he's like, one for each wife.
And that is the end of part 1.
Wow.
Part 1 of 3 parts.
Whew, fuck. Okay.
Are you scared?
I'm like, the setup is good. An oilman.
Should we just go right into the next one?
No, let's pee.
We're going to pee.
We'll pee. And then we'll come back.
On each other.
Yep. Let's piss on it. Patreon.
Oh, I should do the source.
Do that. I'll go get the pee ready for you.
Okay. That's weird.
Open that mouth.
As I said before, this was written by Brittany Cohen Brown. Kingdom, the story of the Hunt family of Texas by Jerome Tusil. Texas Rich, the Hunt dynasty from the early oil days to the silver crash. By Harry Hurt. Articles, the Hunt brothers, how 2 billionaires. I don't want to say that doesn't happen yet. H.L. Hunt's Long Goodbye in Texas Monthly by Bill Porterfield. Nelson Bunn. I can't read that one yet. Okay, those come later.